Hi, Austin. I have looked over your lesson plan and have some feedback for you. I'll just be going straight down the rubric that I gave you in class and talking about each section, pardon me. So here in elements and presentation, everything looks completed and thorough. You've thought through both the materials and the prior content knowledge. And I like in the prior content knowledge, you specifically are talking about pieces that you taught them in class previously so that you know that indeed they know the prior content. So elements and presentation looks great. In the desired results section, I was glad to see that you had narrowed yourself down to one specific evidence outcome. I think that often doing one thing well in each class period is better than trying to do a whole bunch of things at once. Your essential questions for the global area is very well done. My criteria for that is to see if those are questions that real people talk about in the world outside of school, and I believe that fits that criteria. And in your content area, I think that's well done too, because those are language arts things. This is a reading thing, and so those are well done. Your students will be able to is well done. You followed the formula by pulling from evidence outcomes using the word by and then having a observable outcome from that. And your students will understand is drawn directly from your evidence outcomes. So your desired results section is well done. The assessment section, if you remember, I'm not necessarily grading these yet as much as I am checking for completion and alignment, and you meet both of those criteria. So on to the learning plan. I noticed this here that having an electronic reader available and that you actually found one for the student, I wonder if that's true. I mean, that would be fantastic. I would think that school districts have a few of those, but then again, there are lots of things I think schools should have that they don't have. Okay. For your context or hook, you start them off with something that's easily accessible to them, something they'll have 100% success in. Knowing fairy tales, getting after Cinderella, having them picture in their head, because many of them will already have a picture from the Disney movie per se. Into the Woods is a Disney movie. From the cartoon Disney movie, they'll have a picture in their head, and then when you show them the clip from Into Woods, that will trigger something for them, like this is different. There's one piece that I want you to add right here. You say, what did we think about that clip? Was that what you pictured? We are going to talk about visualization today. This is something good readers do in order to make meaning of the text. But I want you to pause there and push a little bit farther, because what they pictured in their head is different than this clip that you chose to show them from Into the Woods. Stop there and talk about that for just a second. Like, the kids that are not confident in school are going to think to themselves, oh, I pictured it wrong. He's the teacher, and he's showing me the thing that he wants me to do, and the thing he wants me to do must be right, and I must be wrong. And that's super unfortunate, but not strong students are going to end up doing things like that. Whereas some other students might say, oh, that one's so much better than mine. I'm switching the picture in my head. And neither of those are the point of this. Your point is that everyone pictures and everyone pictures differently. Bear with me while I scroll back all the way up to your evidence outcome. Evaluate the choices made by the director or the actors. So that's the one piece of your evidence outcome that you sort of left behind in this lesson plan. You had them watch the film, you had them look at things that are consistent with or depart from the text or the script, but I think that you can push students farther into evaluating those choices. This is how this particular director imagined this particular moment and then put it up on the big screen. Why did that director make those choices? Did those choices work for you? Did they not work for you? What were those choices all about? Leading them towards or setting them up, giving them the ability to evaluate these choices you're asking them to look at, I think is really valuable. So bear with me while I scroll back down, and an email popped up on the side of the screen. Okay, here we go. So yeah, so then you have them, again, you have them read the text, you have them watch a clip from the scene and do a comparison. So compare contrast is a skill that students are asked to do from very early on. You can see that when you look back through your vertical alignment. The difference between compare contrast here as opposed to earlier is really that evaluation piece. So as you have them, sorry, bear with me again while I scroll, as you have them, page number and quote, description of what you saw or a picture must be detailed. Um, so what? The so what part of it. Okay, so I'm picturing as I'm reading, and that is what strong readers do. But how come when someone else pictures when they read, it turns out to be something different? Is someone's better? Is someone's not better? Why did they do that? So I really want you, what you have here is good. I don't necessarily want to change in your lesson plan, but, specifically as you're looking at the learning plan section in your rubric, you've got the engaging open and close. And while you make explicit to the students what they are to be doing, picturing, recording their picture, and then compare contrasting, you haven't made clear to the students the relevance of that, okay? And that's really that justification or that evaluation piece that I want you to add in there, okay? Other than that, the other areas in the learning plan look great. I think your direct instruction is well done. I think modeling, with Cinderella and using your knowledge, of some other media, I think that worked out well too. So just a little bit of revision to add in the evaluation piece. All right. Thanks, Austin.